Hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, Sri Lanka is facing its most severe financial crisis. In years, the allied nation's inflation rate accelerated to 14% in December 2021, which is up from 11.1% a month earlier. Now, for the second consecutive month, the country has recorded double-digit inflation growth. The rising inflation has worsened the food and fuel shortages. Food prices jumped over 6% and non-food price rise 1.3% in December only. Food inflation hit a record 21.5% in December 2021. Now, senior ministers warned the parliament last week of a growing food crisis, with rice harvest due in March expected to be drastically lower. Now, this as an impact of an agrochemical import ban last year. The ban was lifted in October last year after farmers' protests. But banks are still short of dollars to finance imports. Now, the country is amid a serious foreign exchange crisis. With falling reserves, it is grappling with shortage of almost all essentials due to lack of reserves to pay for the imports. Now, the government imposed broad import restrictions to avert the crisis. Earlier this month, the Indian government announced a $1 billion assistance package, along with other balance of payment support to Sri Lanka. The loan will be used to avert a looming food crisis in the country and will allow import of essentials such as medicines. There will also be additional $500 million for importing fuel from India. Now, the Sri Lanka government has also sought assistance from China. Now, during Chinese foreign minister's visit to Colombo earlier this month, the Lankan president requested Beijing's assistance in tackling the forex crisis and spiraling external debt. China has lent billions of dollars to Sri Lanka, partly under its Belt and Road Initiative for infrastructure projects. Now, according to critics, the funds have been used for white elephant projects with low returns. China has rejected the criticism. Earlier, Sri Lanka also asked China to restructure its debt payments. Sri Lanka's foreign reserves have tanked since President Gotabaya Rajapaksa took office in 2019. Now, from $7.5 billion in 2019, reserves have dipped to $3.1 billion in December 2021. Now, the current figure is enough to finance less than 2 months of imports. The country also needs around $20 billion for essential imports such as fuel, food and intermediate goods for exports. International rating agencies have downgraded Sri Lanka over fears of default on its $35 billion foreign debt. The government has maintained that it can meet the obligations.